this regularly scheduled programming to bring you this presentation of Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network.
And it looks like the Arabians are going to win the tip. Ball goes to Whitney Werble, kicks it all the way up to freshman Olivia Jones. And just 6 seconds into the season, they get their first points.
Back to Mamie Trout, finds Hupfer in the post as Ada Hupfer can't get it to fall, gets her own rebound, puts up another shot, and it's good for Ada.
Bullseye!
This is Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network on 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you here to the Arabian Sports Network pregame show, 91.7 WEEM. I'm Dawson Perrell, joined here once again by the head coach for the Lady Arabians basketball team, Coach Rogers. First off, Coach, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
All right, but tonight you got your, will be the fifth game of the season here at home against the Greenfield Central Lady Cougars, your first home conference game of the season. Greenfield Central, after a very hot start of the year, 4-1, very tough team, very deep, got multiple scores all over the place. So when facing a team that is very, deep, that they are, have scores all over the floor, how do you defend that?
Yeah, this is going to be one of those games that we talked about with Westfield. Coach Key over at Greenfield has been working extremely hard with that program the last 7-8 years. They've put themselves in a position to, they feel like this is their time. They got two juniors averaging 14, another junior averaging almost 10. They've got a freshman, Izzy Silcox, that's, been able to be slotted in, come in and make plays. We just got to do a good job, be focused on what our defensive assignments are, stay locked in and, not rush shots against their zone.
Yeah, and of course for Greenfield Central, I was just mentioning, it's your first home conference game. And the Lady Cougars last year finished third in the conference, just behind yourself. And of course, conference games can be a whole nother world. You're used to facing them, and especially here against this Greenfield Central team, who you guys eliminated from postseason contention last year. Really on this mental side of the game, what do you think the battle is going to look like?
Yeah, we talked about that quite a bit. A lot of those girls that were part of that sectional team last year, I've taken some calls, and everybody likes to bring up that sectional game, and they were a shell of theirself during that game.
Yeah.
Not having Cheney Brown, not having Ariana Hibbard, they were kind of a shell of themselves. So they're at full strength. They got beat by a tough Whiteland team, but they've got some good wins on their resume already. And they're going to come in here ready to compete. So we got to make sure that we're locked in and focused and ready to roll for kind of, like you said, that home conference opener.
Yeah, in your previous matchup here, that was all the way back on the 13th, also at home against Heritage Christian. And, of course, big headline name in that one, Casey Warfel, dropping 40 points for the first time in her varsity career. So how do you really want to ride that success, as well as the game previous to that against Newcastle, into this one, and then continue that on out to the next couple games?
Yeah, for sure. There were times we were really good in that Heritage Christian game. There were times where we had some mental lapses and kind of let them creep back in. I think it's one of those things that, we're still searching for, what 32 minutes of, kind of being locked in, what that looks like for this team. So, I expect us to come out hungry, to be aggressive, follow the game plan. And, that Heritage Christian game started to get a little bit into transition, and with somebody like Casey, when we get out in transition, she can be lethal, and she kind of proved that late in that game. So we look for them to maybe press some, but not a whole lot. But once again, we'll try to be strategic, with fast breaks and things like that. But we just got to be disciplined against their zone, not force quick shots.
Yeah, one last question here. You mentioned there, girls got to play a full 32 minutes. Now, last game, looking back on it for Heritage Christian, if I'm correct, multiple girls played all 32 minutes. Casey Warfel, I think Ada Hupfer never got to see it on bench. So do you think that'll continue, or do you think you're going to get the bench more involved?
It's one of those that's early in the season. we're trying to find our footing. That game was pretty fast paced, and that was kind of a coach's decision. We felt like, we were putting the best lineup out there on the floor to help us be successful. But I think as we progress through the season and through practice and everything like that, I think some of our newer faces, they'll continue to kind of acclimate to what we're doing and the speed and pace that we're playing at, and find some comfort in that. But there may be some times where barring foul trouble, that those girls are going to have to log quite a few minutes. But it's going to be a game by game basis for sure.
All right, but with that being said, that'll do it for a pregame interview. Once again, Mr. Rogers, thanks for joining me. Good luck tonight.
Thanks.
Hey, are you okay?
No.
What's wrong?
I can't listen to 91.7 WEEM because I'm not in my car.
Well, don't you fear. Our app is here.
Tired of not being able to listen to Pendleton's best radio station, 91.7 WEEM, anywhere and everywhere? Try out our app. With the 91.7 WEEM app, you get the best hits. Our station now goes where our listeners go. Find 91.7 WEEM in app stores today. Available for Apple and Android.
Thank you so much for telling me about the 91.7 WEEM app, found in Apple and Android app stores.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
WEEM, that was Hold On by Justin Bieber.
Okay, we have more fashion hot takes, everyone.
I'm so excited.
All right, can you guess it? Because I kind of mentioned it the previous hour.
Yes, okay, so Gracie kind of mentioned this. Fanny packs.
Fanny packs.
Yes.
And leopard print.
Yes, and both super great topics. I know that I like one better than I like the other. Which one?
I have a story
You're
about
gonna have
one,
to
but
stay
not the
tuned.
other.
Yeah, we have stories to tell, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Right now, here is Magic. No Way No, here on 91.7 WEEM.
Back to Lady Arabian basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome back here to Joe Buck Court at Pendleton Heights High School. If you're just joining us alongside Zion Primary, my name is Michael Hooker. As me and Zion are going to wrap up keys of the games real quick, as the PA announcer is doing the starting lineups for both teams. Another key of the game for this Pendleton Heights team is stopping the three main scorers for the Greenfield Central Lady Cougars. Those are Cheney Brown, Madison Sonsini, and Izzy Silcox. Izzy is averaging 8.8. The other two are averaging about 14 points per game. So really, if you can stop those three, you stop this offense.
Cheney Brown, you said 14.8 points per game. I believe that is the highest of a single person they faced this year. Again, you're gonna have to stop her. And I just think for Pendleton, isolate your shooters. It seemed to work in the past, but we'll see with this known Greenfield press defense.
Yeah, and for Greenfield Central, the one person that they really have to look to stop is Casey Warfel. She's coming off of a 40-point game, and she's looking to obviously continue that. She's averaging 23.7 points per game, and that's 14th in the state. And it's very hard to go up against someone who's averaging 23 points per game. And per 32, she's fourth, averaging about 27.8 points per game. And then another person they have to worry about is big Ada Huffer down low. She's going to pull in 10 rebounds a night. She's going to put up 12, 13 points per game as well. So you really have to watch for her in the post as she is 6'3".
There's a lot of playmakers for both teams here, so it will be an interesting matchup tonight. There is a lot of people out here. The student section's full, lots of parents. It's going to be a fun game.
As we are just a few moments away here from tip-off, as it's going to be the 6'3" Ada Hupper going up against the junior Madison Sunsini for Greenfield Central. We're hoping to have a great night here tonight to continue this home stretch. As the tip-off will go to the Lady Arabians, and Emma Roberts will now cross the half-court line. Taking it to the right wing, finds Casey Warfel on the left wing. Drives to the right wing, gives it to Morrison in the corner. Now atop the key for Roberts. Resets her offense, trying to run a play. Hupfer comes to the high post, finds Jones, drives in for the mid-range jumper. A foul is called as we are very quickly into this game. This foul goes on Brooklyn McConnell, her team's first, as Olivia Jones was in the act of shooting and will go to the line for two. The first one falls as Olivia Jones now has the first points of the game here for Pendleton Heights. Jones, the second one is also good. So she now has 2 points, is 2 for 2 from the line. And 7:32 and counting as Silcox has it. Corner for Brown. Back to Silcox. Gets a screen from Sunsini. Back to Brown. Back to Silcox. Now over to Smith. Back to Brown. Nearly stolen by Casey Warfel. The fast break layup is good for two. Casey Warfel starting her night off strong already. She gets a steal early. That's a good solo press by Casey Warfel, not letting Jalen Smith get the inbound as Madison Sunsini has it. Takes a three, nearly puts it through, but it's rebounded by Silcox, the freshman. Back to Sunsini, over to Brown, now to Smith on the right wing, defended by Warfel. Gets a screen from Sunsini. That pass nearly stolen by Roberts. She takes a mid-range jumper. It's no good. Rebounded by Michaela Morrison of the Pendleton Heights Lady Arabians. As Emma Roberts now has it. Crosses the midcourt line. Takes it to the top of the key. Set up an offense. Finds Warfel. Low right wing. Drives. Takes a mid-range jumper. No good. Rebound Morrison again. Finds Jones. She drives in, takes the layup, and it's good for Olivia Jones as she has four. As a timeout really quickly here for the Greenfield Central Lady Cougars. We're going to take a break with them. 6-0 is your score with 6:11 left here in the first. We're going to take a quick break on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
91.7 WEEM delivers the best variety of songs, news, and is student-run. We produce imaging pieces, live broadcasts, content, podcasts, and more. Our students work hard every day to improve our station. You can support our station by following us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Be sure to also tune into the radio, 91.7 WEEM, on air, online, and on demand.
Back to Lady Arabian basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome back here to Joe Buck Court on 91.7 WEEM. If you're just joining us, Sunsini has it in the post. Back out to Silcox, corner three. Doesn't fall as there's a fight for the ball as Hupfer comes up with it, gives it to Roberts on the fast break, finds Morrison in the post. The easy layup is good for two, as this Lady Arabians offense is just rolling right now with an 8-0 lead with 5:40 and counting here in the first quarter. As now Silcox has it, finds it in the post for Sunsini, working on Hupfer, loses the ball. A fight for it, and Hupfer comes up with it again. She has 2 steals now. Emma Roberts slowing down this offense. Coach Rogers telling them to run a play. Getting set, top of the key, finds Warfel, middle of the right wing, gets a screen from Morrison. Looking for Morrison in the post, stolen by Silcox. Up ahead to Smith, looking for Cheney Brown, but it goes out of bounds and will be Lady Arabians basketball.
Just a bad pass there, and it stopped the transition there, and it's a turnover. Can't have that, down 8-0 early.
Yeah, as you mentioned there, it's 8-0. You have 5:05 and counting here in the fourth. Emma Roberts will cross the midline now, setting up an offense, finds Jones, high left wing, now has it, top of the key, picks up her dribble, finds Roberts, low left wing, gets a screen from Hupfer, finds Hupfer in the post, pump fakes, gets it stolen away by Sunsini on the fast break. It's McConnell. McConnell working on Roberts, resets, gives it to Brown. Brown to Sunsini. Sunsini has it, top of the key, looking for Silcox, gives it to her. She has it, defended by Michaela Morrison on the top of the wing. Back to Sunsini, now into the corner for Smith, looking for Silcox in the post, and stolen away by Ada Hupfer. She pulls in rebounds and can pull in steals as well.
How was that? Her height just showing there. She just took the ball right from her.
As Roberts finds Warfel on the wing, drives in, good defense, finds Hupfer out on the wing, over to Roberts. Shoots a 3, misses it, tipped up by Hupfer, but McConnell comes down with it. Fast break for Greenfield Central, finds Brown, now to Sunsini in the post, as the first points for Greenfield Central comes from Madison Sunsini on, I believe, her third shot of the game. 8-2, 3:50 and counting here in the fourth, or in the first for Pendleton Heights. Gets a screen from Jones, Roberts does, lobs it over Jones's head, just a little out of her reach. Will go out of bounds and be Greenfield Central Lady Cougar ball.
Pendleton Heights going very slow there. Looked like they were trying to set up a play, bad pass.
As Jalen Smith will walk the ball up the court, crosses the midcourt line. Looking for McConnell, tipped out by Olivia Jones, nearly came up with a steal there. Would have been the 4th or 5th one for Pendleton Heights in this one.
Steals are benefiting early here.
Smith to inbounds, gives it to McConnell, back to Smith. Back to McConnell, takes a deep 3, just off the rim. Out of bounds, they say last touched by Silcox. As Emma Roberts will inbound it to Michaela Morrison. She'll give it right back to her, to Roberts, as Greenfield Central sitting in kind of a 3-2 zone here. Jones has it, finds Hupfer in the post, out to the corner for Morrison. Picks up her dribble, finds Hupfer in the post. Goes up for it, and one for Ada Hupfer. She has 2 points, and she is not someone you want to send to the line. She is 94.7% from the line. A very strong free throw shooter.
An exact number like that means she shot a lot, and they have worked out for her.
As Ada Hupfer, her free throw is good, as she has 3 points now, as this lead is now 11-2 for the Lady Arabians with 3 minutes and counting here in the first quarter. As Sunsini has it, tipped by Roberts and stolen away by, that's Olivia Jones. Warfel has it, fast break, spins, takes a shot, no good, rebounded by Sunsini. Gives it to McConnell. McConnell on the fast break. Finds Silcox for the 3. No good. A little too strong, as they're calling a foul there on Cheney Brown, as that'll be her first, team's third.
Pendleton really liked that call. Student section was loud, and they're on their feet right now.
Emma Roberts will bring the ball up, crosses the midcourt line, 2:30 and counting, finds Warfel high post, nearly loses it, but Roberts gets it over to Jones, into the post for Morrison, back to Jones, as she has it now, high wing, on the right side. Into the high post for Hupfer. Triple teamed into the post for Morrison. Jones, the three. No good. Rebounded by Ada Hupfer. Ada Hupfer has it now. Defended by Silcox and Sunsini. Stolen away by Smith. Now up to McConnell on the fast break. Into the post for Brown. Cheney Brown misses it. Rebounded by Hupfer. This is a very fast-paced game so far with just 1:50 left here in the first. 9-point lead for Pendleton Heights, 11-2. Olivia Jones has it. High right wing. Gives it to Hupfer. High post. Back to Jones. Now back to Hupfer. Top of the key. Finds Roberts. High post. Right wing to Jones. Jones now gives it to Hupfer on the right wing. Trying to orchestrate this offense is the 6'3 freshman, Ada Hupfer. Casey Warfel on the post. A sweet move for two. Casey Warfel has 4.
That was flashy. Someone call ESPN.
Oh, as Cheney Brown has it on the left wing. As she will drive as fouls on the floor will go on Michaela Morrison. Her first, team's first.
It's getting really physical here, and there's a lot of fast breaks, and when Greenfield has them, the Lady Ravens are catching up.
Jalen Smith to pass it in. 1:09 left here in the first quarter, as I believe that is Silcox will tie her shoe very quickly. As this is a very fast-paced game so far. Not a lot of points on the board yet for Greenfield Central. That will obviously change. Cheney Brown has it in the post against Morrison. That layup, I believe, was tipped by Jones. Stolen by Casey Warfel now. Casey Warfel, her speed in the fast break. Takes a mid-range jumper. No good. Ball's loose. Emma Roberts comes up with it. Dives on the floor. Jump ball will go with Greenfield Central.
So this is pretty unlikely here. So Casey Warfel has 4, and so does Olivia Jones. Olivia Jones is playing pretty well right now. Casey Warfel's points were, they were fast break points. They were pretty good. But Olivia Jones, and she stepped up. This is the most points she's had so far. She's averaging 6.8 a game. But this is the most this early.
Silcox will take a break, and Addie Heron will come in for the Greenfield Central Lady Cougars. As McConnell has it on the right wing, closest to us, defended by Jones. Nearly stolen by Roberts, as it'll be tipped out. Last touch by Olivia Jones, they say, and will stay with the Greenfield Central Lady Cougars.
That was good defense from the duo Olivia Jones and Emma Roberts at the same time.
30 seconds left here in the first quarter. Greenfield Central Lady Cougars to inbound from Smith to McConnell now. McConnell working on Jones. Gets a screen from Sunsini. Now gives it to Heron. Heron gets it. Trying to get a screen from Sunsini. Working around Roberts into the post. Tipped by Warfel. Stolen by Warfel. Fast break. Casey Warfel loses the ball. Fight for it as she steals it right back. Finds Hupfer. Nearly goes out of bounds in the corner. It's Hupfer up to the right wing for Roberts. She'll drive. Looking for Morrison in the post, but can't find her, as that will do it for the first quarter. Your score after one, 13-2. Lady Arabians lead by 11. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, second quarter for Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Starting the second quarter here, the Lady Arabians lead by 11. It's 13-2 for them over the Greenfield Central Lady Cougars. As a very good crowd here for both Pendleton Heights parents and students, and for Greenfield Central parents. The band is here for Pendleton Heights, which is very. I haven't had a band at one of the games I've called yet, but you got to adapt and go with the flow.
It's a little distracting, but we can work through it.
Yeah, we work through it as Emma Roberts will take the inbound here to start the second quarter for the Lady Arabians, as her ball will be stolen away off of a jump ball to the Greenfield Central Lady Cougars right out the gates.
Something you don't really see here. A lot of steals early. They're playing really fast, and it's making up turnover the ball.
Jalen Smith to bring up the ball. 7:45 and counting here in the second. As Brown has it in the post. Her shot no good. Rebounded by Sunsini. But they will call a foul on Sunsini. That'll be her first, team's fourth of the half. So they call it over the back. As Emma Roberts will bring the ball up. They're trying to get away from the fast-paced game, slow down Greenfield Central, as that's what they work in, the fast-paced game. Morrison has it, high post, double team. Gets it to Jones as another foul is called, as that one I believe will go on Cheney Brown. It will be on Cheney Brown. That's her second, team's fifth of the half. Roberts will inbound it to Jones, working her way over to the top of the key. Finds Warfel. She'll get double teamed by Smith and McConnell. Drives it over to Emma Roberts. Resets. Finds Jones, left wing. Now Hupper, low left wing. Back over to Roberts, wide open. Fakes the three. Drives in. Mid-range jumper. No good. Hupper steals it away from McConnell. Finds Warfel in the post. No good. Gets her own rebound. Puts it back up. They say it was tipped by Sunsini, as they will call a foul on Casey Warfel, her first, team's second, with 6:59 left here in the first half.
Greenfield Central, they got a lot of height, and that's causing all of Pendleton's players to have to jump when they get past to. And they're playing really pressed on defense, so it's creating a lot of turnovers and fouls like you see there.
As Emma Roberts will take a quick break, and Skylar Baldwin, the senior, will come in. She's used to usually starting for this team, but she's been coming off the bench and working very well. She will be guarding Heron. McConnell has it, top of the key, defended by Jones, trying to work this offense, as she will now drive, as they will call another foul. That one will be on Olivia Jones, her first, team's third. Sorry, not Olivia Jones. That will go on Michaela Morrison, her second, team's third. Smith to inbound it, looking for Brown in the post, gets it to her, trying to make a move, gets it up and in for Cheney Brown. That's her first points of the game for two.
Good playmaking there from Cheney Brown.
Olivia Jones on the wing, finds Skylar Baldwin. Skylar Baldwin on the wing, back to Jones, into the post for Morrison, making a move, back out to Jones, over to Baldwin, top of the key, takes a three. No good. Rebounded by Michaela Morrison. Puts it back up. No good. Fight for the ball. They say last touch by Hupfer, as it'll be Greenfield Central Cougars basketball.
You see Skylar Baldwin in the game. It's good to have a senior in the game to get that veteranship in.
As timeout was called by Coach Rogers, we're going to take a quick break. Your score, 13-4. And the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Looking for something to listen to on your way home? Join Sam Duffer, Layla Reef, and Gracie Wolf every Tuesday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m., where we make sure that all your afternoons are news-filled and fun. Get a recap of the day and a good laugh. Tune in to the Arabian Stampede here on 91.7 WEEM.
Arabian basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome back here to 91.7 WEEM here on Joe Buck Court at Pendleton Heights High School, as Greenfield Central will get the ball coming out of that timeout. 6:05 left here in the second. 13-4 Lady Ravens lead the Lady Cougars, as Jalen Smith has it. Stolen by Olivia Jones, and in the fast break, it's Jones. The ball will be tipped out of her hands. Last touch by Smith. will stay with the Lady Arabians.
Couldn't convert on that fast break there, but another steal. Just they can't put them up and get the fast break points.
So Olivia Jones passes it in to Hupfer, finds Baldwin, over to Morrison on the wing, back to Baldwin, over to Jones, takes a wing three, airballs it, as they will say it does touch out of bounds and will be Lady Cougars basketball with 5:45 left here in the first half. 13-4, still Lady Arabians lead. Smith will bring the ball up for the Lady Cougars. Finds Brown. Sunsini in the post. As a traveling violation and a turnover for the Lady Cougars. It'll be Pendleton Heights basketball. And, you know, we mentioned in the pregame, key of the game was stopping the main scorers for the Lady Cougars. The Pendleton Heights Lady Ravens have done just that. They're holding them, both of their main scorers, to just 2 points. As Skylar Baldwin has it, right wing. Looking for Warfel, gets it to her in the low wing as she will be triple teamed. Finds Morrison in the corner. Now to Hupfer, right wing. Gives it to Baldwin. Now to Jones. Drives. The reverse layup. No good. Rebounded by Sunsini. As a foul is called, because that will go on Ada Hupfer, her first team's fourth.
Now, you said stopping those playmakers. I kind of think they've done that in Casey Warfel. She does have 4, which is tied for leading, but she's not shooting as many shots as normal.
Casey Warfel playing kind of like a football corner there, predicting that pass and deflecting it out of bounds. We'll stay with the Greenfield Central Lady Cougars. 5:01 left here in the first half. 13-4 still for the Lady Arabians. McConnell has it. Gives it back to Smith. Working through this offense. Finds Cheney Brown high post. Stolen away by Skylar Baldwin. That's one of the things she's very good at. She's a hard-nosed defender and will steal the ball from anyone. As Olivia Jones has it top of the key, trying to work through this offense. Gives it to Skylar as now she will have it on the top of the key. Finds Warfel, right wing. She drives, makes a nice move. Her layup no good. Rebounded by Ada Hupfer as that's good. Ada Hupfer now has 5. As first points of this quarter goes to, first points for the Lady Arabians this quarter goes to Ada Hupfer as Smith's wing 3 on the other end is no good. Rebounded by Casey Warfel. The fast break by Warfel. It's good. Casey Warfel has 6 now. 17-4 in a matter of seconds as there's 4:05 left here in the first half. As now Smith has it. High wing. Coach Rogers switched to a 1-2-2 zone for the Lady Arabians. Now McConnell has it. Right wing. Now back to Smith. High up by the logo. Now into Sunsini in the post as they call a foul. That one will go on Casey Warfel, her second team's 5th.
Coach Rogers making the option, changing the defense, mid fast break.
The freshman Izzy Silcox will come back in for Addie Heron. There's not too many subs as Roberts and Perry will come in for Baldwin and Morrison for the Lady Arabians. As Rogers telling Bree Perry to guard Smith and Casey to guard Brown as Brown's shot was no good. Rebounded by Casey Warfel. Casey Warfel, fast break. Finds Hupper on the wing, a she'll drive. The reverse layup is blocked by Sunsini. Looking ahead on the fast break will slow it down. Stolen by Casey Warfel. Casey Warfel on the other end. Spin move, and it's good. Casey Warfel has 8 and is just 11 points away from 1,000 career high school points.
Casey Warfel heating up as the game continues.
19-4, 3:10 and counting left here in the first half for the Lady Arabians. Cheney Brown, a charge foul is called on Brown, her 3rd, team's 6th.
Pendleton Heights like that one. Everyone was up on their feet.
As a quick substitution, Jones will come out. Trout will come in for Jones, and Brown will come out, and Emma Nelson will come in. Some more height for this Greenfield Central squad and Emma Nelson. As they've switched to kind of a 1-3-1 zone, Greenfield Central has. Emma Roberts will bring the ball up, defended by Nelson. finds Perry, high post, back to Roberts, into the corner for Trout, back to Roberts. Finds Warfel in the post. That shot blocked by Sunsini. She now has 2 blocks this quarter. Gets it to Smith. Now over to Silcox on the wing. That ball's tipped out by Roberts and will stay with Greenfield Central.
Wonder if Casey Warfel's getting a little nervous considering she is 11 points off of her 1,000-point goal.
19-4, 2:35 left. Lady Arabians lead here in the first half. Sunsini takes a 3 as that's no good. Rebounded by Smith as she'll reset the offense from the right wing. Finds McConnell on the left wing. Now to Silcox, low left wing. Back to McConnell. Gets a screen from Sunsini. Drives as a hard foul is called. As that will go on Perry, her first, team's 6th, as McConnell was in the act of shooting, so she will go to the line for 2 as Brooklyn McConnell 67% from the free throw line. So a very strong free throw shooter. Her first one falls. That's her first points of the game. Now gives the Lady Cougars 5 points here in the first half. McConnell, her second one, is also good. She now has 2 points here in the first half. Emma Roberts to bring the ball up for Pendleton Heights. Crosses the midcourt line. Looking to run this offense. Warfel heavily defended by Smith. Gets it to Trout on the wing. Back to Roberts. She wants to get it to Casey but can't. Finds Trout in the corner. Now looking for Hupfer in the post. Defended by Sunsini. Double teamed as a foul will be called. As I believe that will go on Izzy Silcox. That will be, I believe, her second team's 7th. It's Ada Hupfer. As I mentioned earlier, 94, you could say 95% from the free throw line is a rare miss from her from the line. She has 5 already. She makes this next one. That'll be a 20-6 lead with 1:52 left in the first half for Pendleton Heights, as her second one is also a miss. Emma Roberts, though, comes down with the board. Trout, the 3 from the low wing. No good. Tipped out by Hupfer. Will go to the Greenfield Central Lady Cougars.
All those shots there, the free throw, the Mamie Trout shot, they just didn't fall the way. A little unlucky for the Arabians.
Jalen Smith will walk the ball up with 1:40 left here in the half. 19-6. You're down 13. About to go in the half. McConnell has it in the post. Stolen by Hupfer. Now Warfel has it on the fast break. 3 defenders back. Takes a mid-range jumper. As that one's good for Casey. As she now has 10 points. 21-6. Lady Arabians lead with 1:18 left. As a timeout taken by Coach Rogers. We're going to take a timeout with them on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
WEEM is looking for advertisers for our video sports streaming. Be a part of the Arabian Sports Network's video broadcasting, bringing football as well as boys and girls basketball to the Pendleton community and beyond. Averaging over 100 views in the first year, WEEM's video streaming will only grow, and here's your chance to get in on the ground floor. For more information, contact Christian Ruggles and become a part of the Arabian Sports Network. 91.7 WEEM.
More information is available at twistersodabar.com. Twisters Soda Bar. Broadcasting from the WEEM studios, underwritten by Community Hospital Anderson, this is the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM Pendleton.
Back to Lady Arabian basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome back here to Joe Buck Court on 91.7 WEEM. If you're just joining us alongside Zion Palmieri, I'm Michael Hooker. 1:15 left here in the first half, an eventful one at that. 21-6, Lady Arabians lead the Greenfield Central Lady Cougars. Sunsini in the post, reverse layup is good. She now has 4, as that will bring the total for Greenfield Central to 8 points. A lower scoring game for them so far. Trout looking for Hupfer in the high post, gets it to her now. Wide open three for Perry. Doesn't get it to fall. Rebound Trout. As another foul on Greenfield Central. That'll be Izzy Silcox, her third, team's 8th. 21-8 is the score. Mamie Trout at the line. She's 100% on the year so far, but has only taken 2 shots from the free throw line, as that first one is good. Averaging 1.5 points per game, as Perry will take a seat for Olivia Jones, as Izzy Silcox will come out for Addie Heron once again, as she is in foul trouble, as well as Cheney Brown. Trout, the second one, is also good. She now has 2 points, 23-8 with 45 and counting here in the first half for the Lady Arabians lead. Smith has it. Finds Sunsini, top of the key. Defended by Hupford. Tries to make a move. Spin move. The jumper from Sunsini is good, as she now has 6. 23-10. Lady Arabians lead. Now we're at 25 seconds left here in the first half. Jones has it. Now Roberts over to Trout. Wide open three. Takes it. No good. Rebound Hupfer. Goes back up with it, as Ada Hupfer has 7. 10 seconds now in the first half. McConnell has it. Going quick here. 5. Sunsini, a deep 3, misses it. 1 second as it will go out, but that will end the first half, and an eventful one at that. 25-10 at halftime. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, Emily Pulley got to sit down with Olivia Jones earlier for our halftime interview. You are listening to the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
While high school sports help
WEEM is looking for advertisers for our video sports streaming. Be a part of the Arabian Sports Network's video broadcasting, bringing football as well as boys and girls basketball to the Pendleton community and beyond. Averaging over 100 views in the first year, WEEM's video streaming will only grow, and here's your chance to get in on the ground floor. For more information, contact Christian Ruggles and become a part of the Arabian Sports Network. 91.7 WEEM. Delivers the best variety of songs, news, and is student run. We produce imaging pieces, live broadcast, content, podcasts, and more. Our students work hard every day to improve our station. You can support our station by following us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Be sure to also tune into the radio, 91.7 WEEN, on air, online, and on demand.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the ASN Halftime Interview. I'm Emily Pulley here with
Olivia Jones.
And Olivia, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Starting the season off strong, what are you looking forward to most about the season?
I'm really looking forward to bonding with my teammates and coming out stronger. We lost a lot of seniors last year, so we definitely have to get our heads back in the game. But I'm really excited to compete with some big teams this year.
Starting varsity as a freshman last year, what are you going to bring for your sophomore year?
This year, I'm really looking to put more numbers up on the board and help my team out defensively, I think, is my strongest aspect, and just be a leader on this team.
In your opinion, what is going to be the toughest game of the season?
I think our toughest games are always against those bigger schools, especially out of Hamilton County. So HSC is always going to be a tough one. They've got a lot of really great players. But I think we have the ability to compete in those games and even pull out a win. We got a lot of talent on this team, so those are really exciting games.
How will the team prepare for this game?
Our coach prepares us really well. We get our scouting reports, and we really study the other team and what they're going to bring to us and how we can counter that, and always having really intense practices throughout the week to keep us in shape.
What is your personal goal for this season?
I really want to, increase my shooting percentages from last year. Again, get some points up on the board to help my team out any way I can, and really just be a defensive lockdown against their best players.
So you had 113 points last year. Do you think you're able to improve?
I think it's definitely achievable for me. I've been working a lot in this offseason on finishing, so hopefully I can show that a little bit this season.
And you're averaging 7.3 points per game and projected to reach 182 points by the end of the season. Do you think you're going to be able to execute this?
I think I will. It's just keeping the confidence to keep shooting even if they're not falling. But I think it's definitely achievable for me.
What's going to help you achieve this goal?
My teammates and my coaches are very big support systems for me, helping me keep my head in the game and not get down after a missed shot. So I think just keeping that mental aspect is really going to be a big deal for me.
Since you just played your first conference opponent, is there any difference between playing a team in the conference or not?
Conference games definitely bring more intensity because we want to, win that title at the end of the year. But every game, we come in, we're locked in, and we, scout and try our best every game. But they're definitely a little more exciting.
With team leaders graduating, how are you able to plan to step up and become a team leader?
I think communicating with all of our teammates and helping the freshmen as best I can. We have 2 this year, Aubrey and Ada, and they have a lot of talent and they're going to help this team a lot. So just helping them just keep their heads in the game the best I can.
Who has been your biggest mentor in basketball, and how has this person inspired you?
My parents are definitely my biggest supporters. Me and my dad have watched basketball since I was little, and he always gives me great advice for every game, and my mom really helps me to keep my head in it and not get down on myself and keep that confidence up.
Do you, what are your emotions, and, how do you prepare yourself for a game?
I like to, listen to music before a game and really take time to myself and just try and keep my head in it and joke around with my teammates a little bit, just keep the vibes light. So I think it's important not to be too stressed, but it is a little nerve-wracking.
What's your pregame warm-up?
Pregame, we usually do the same warm-ups, but in the locker rooms, I'm definitely jumping around, trying to keep my heart rate up so I come out strong, and then just really focusing on my shot form when we're warming up.
So you're 4th in the Hoosier Heritage Conference for assist. What is your plan on improving this ranking?
Assists are a really big deal for me. I think they're a really good stat to have. And, with Ada on the team this year, she's killing it in the post, and she's really easy to enter it too. So I think it'll be fun to keep getting those numbers higher.
Do you have, a routine for every free throw?
Free throws for me is just, get up there and get them done, knock them down as best I can. So I don't really have a set routine, but they're definitely a intense shot.
What's going on inside your head?
It depends on the situation, really, but I feel like every free throw, you just kind of got to think the same. I try and think ahead, so I'm not thinking about the free throw. But just knocking it down. They're really important shots.
Mm-hmm. So what game are you most excited about for this year?
I'm most excited about, playing Mount Vernon again. We'll see them in conference and in sectionals this year. I think it's going to be a really good game. Hopefully we can put up, a win against them. And also LaPel and the county champion, or county. They're always a big rival for us, so it's really exciting.
Mm-hmm. So thank you for joining me tonight. I'm Emily Pulley here with
Olivia Jones.
And that will conclude our time on the ASN Halftime Interview on 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome to the Arabian Roundup with your host, Kennedy Quinn and Bella Myers. The Arabian Roundup is here every Tuesday through Friday from 5 to 7 a.m. The show rounds up your morning thoughts as they discuss the craziest of topics. From dad jokes to the latest Taylor Swift songs, the Arabian Roundup is here to perk up your mornings here on 91.7 WEEM.
Hi, my name is Gracie Wolf, and I am the director of the programming department. What we do for the programming department is basically we make everything that you hear when you listen to the radio, except for the music and people going on air.
Hi, my name is Trace Freehill, and I'm a part of the programming department. This is definitely something that I would consider doing outside of high school. It's something that I look forward to every day, as well as I just have a lot of fun being here with all the people.
We create the jingles and legal IDs to help brand the station.
I'm Sam Duffer, and I'm a member of the programming staff, and I mainly just edit jingles and legal IDs.
My name is Caitlin Cowan. I am the co-assistant director of the programming department, and my favorite part about it is I love working with such an amazing staff, and I love being able to create such audio pieces that are like masterpieces and be able to show my creativity through it.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
WEEM is looking for advertisers for our video sports streaming. Be a part of the Arabian Sports Network's video broadcasting, bringing football as well as boys and girls basketball to the Pendleton community and beyond. Averaging over 100 views in the first year, WEEM's video streaming will only grow, and here's your chance to get in on the ground floor. For more information, contact Christian Ruggles and become a part of the Arabian Sports Network. 91.7 WEEM.
Looking for something to listen to on your way home? Join Sam Duffer, Layla Reef, and Gracie Wolf every Tuesday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m., where we make sure that all your afternoons are news-filled and fun. Get a recap of the day and a good laugh. Tune in to the Arabian Stampede here on 91.7 WEEM.
Or excuse me, limit just turnovers in general, not steals. They're playing really quick. I noticed Pendleton was trying to slow things down because the ball was getting stolen a lot. I think they were both playing too fast and too physical. Greenfield Central's got a lot of height and it helps, but the teams are both playing too fast. Silcox and Brown, they both have 3 fouls apiece. That's just not going to fly going forward.
Yeah, and the two of them will be on the court to start the second half. As with the pass in from Olivia Jones to Emma Roberts, we will get things underway for the second half of Lady Arabians basketball here against the Greenfield Central Lady Cougars. Emma Roberts has it, finds Warfel on the wing. Casey Warfel defended by Smith. Back to Roberts on the wing. Cross to Jones, just a little too high over her head as the ball will go out of bounds. That's one of the things we just talked about, limiting the turnovers for both teams. As Smith will bring the ball up now for the Lady Cougars. She will pass the midcourt line. Driving to the right corner. Picks up her dribble. Finds Brown in the post. Brown's shot. No good, but a foul is called on Ada Hupfer. Her second, team's first of the half. That is what you want to see from Greenfield Central, is taking your time, working it into the post to your height in Cheney Brown and Madison Sonsini, and getting easy points. As Brown's first one is no good. It's Cheney Brown 63% on the season so far in their 5 games that they've played. So not a terrible free throw shooter at that. But her second one will fall. She now has 3. As her and Sonsini, the tallest 2 members of the team, both average the most and are limited to not their highest scoring game so far. Roberts has it on the right wing, gets it to Warfel, double teamed by Smith and Silcox in the post, blocked by Sonsini, gets her own rebound, gives it to Morrison, her shot misses, stolen by Smith. Sonsini up ahead to Brown, stolen by Jones and Roberts. Now on the other end, it's Emma Roberts with it, top of the key, right wing to Jones, into the post for Hupfer, working on Sonsini, blocked by Sonsini, her 3rd block of the evening, I believe. as McConnell is trapped between Warfel and Roberts as Casey Warfel has it on the fast break, and it's good. She now has 12 points as the lead is now 27-11 with 6:42 and counting here in the third quarter. Silcox gives it in the post to Sunsini, working on Huffer. Drop steps. Her shot, no good. Rebounded by Jones over McConnell. Olivia Jones slowing down the fast break, working on McConnell. Gets a screen from Warfel. Drives. Passes it to Morrison. Now to the cutting Warfel. As her shot, no good. As the student section for Pendleton Heights wanting a foul called. Won't get it as McConnell will come out and Addie Heron will come back in. She's the one that's been really getting subbed in and out here the most for the Lady Cougars. As Warfel will pass it in. Jones now into the post for Huffer, over to Morrison. Back out Roberts. Now it goes between Ada's legs. As Smith will now bring it up on a slower fast break. As now Silcox has it, left wing, now into the corner for Brown. Back to Silcox, gets a screen from Sunsini. In the post, it's Silcox, and a foul will go on Roberts, her first, team's second of the half, as Silcox will go to the line for two. She's a 75% free throw shooter, no points so far on the evening, as I believe it looks like Skylar Baldwin will be checking in. Silcox's first one, no good. She will sub in for Emma Roberts.
Something you probably tired of hearing again, but we're seeing a lot of the same things. Turnovers on fast breaks and just playing physical and getting fouls.
Silcox's second one also does not fall. Warfel fast break. Gives it to Baldwin. The jumper, it's good. Skylar Baldwin has 2 points on the night.
Beautiful playmaking there by the senior captain duos. Excuse me, not senior.
As Warfel looking for another steal. As this one's stolen by Baldwin, the fast break layup. It's good for Skylar Baldwin. She has 4 points right away here in the third quarter. As Smith will now bring the ball up for the Lady Cougars. 31-11. Pendleton Heights leads with 5:15 and counting here in the third. Smith has it. Now back to Sunsini. Top the key. Three. No good. Brown with the rebound. Takes the jumper. It falls for Cheney Brown. She now has 5. Timeout by Coach Rogers. We're going to take it with him. Your score so far here in the third, 31-13 with 5:04 left. We're going to take a quick break on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Back to Lady Arabian basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome back here to Joe Buck Court at Pendleton Heights High School. 5:02 and counting left here in the third quarter, 31-13. If you're just joining us, I'm Michael Hooker. Joining me is Zion Palmieri as Olivia Jones finds Warfel on the high post, nearly stolen, but Skylar Baldwin gets it. Now to Warfel on the wing, double team. Gets a screen from Baldwin in the post. Hard foul by Sunsini. And with her second, team's first of the half, and Casey Warfel will go to the line for 2.
Getting constantly double teamed there. Casey Warfel avoids it and gets the foul.
Casey's a 74% free throw shooter on the season. Goes to the line a good amount as her first one is no good. She's 7 points away from hitting that 1,000-point mark, which is very good, which is a very big accomplishment in any high school player's career. Casey Warfel, her second one will fall as she has 13 now, just inching closer and closer to that goal. And in a quick fashion, I might add, just a junior in her 5th game of the season, in her junior year and is close to hitting that 1,000-point mark. As Sunsini has it, defended by Hupper. She'll drive as the layup is good for Madison Sunsini, as she has 8, 32-15 with 4:15 and counting here in the third quarter. Lady Arabians lead by 17. Now into the post for Warfel. Double team. Gets the layup to fall as she has 15. As she's now 4 points away from scoring her 1,000th point. Sunsini thought about a three. Gives it to Silcox. Back to Sunsini. Looking for Brown in the post. Her layup, no good. Rebounded by Jones. Loses her dribble. Gets it back. Crosses the midcourt line. Sets up an offense. Casey Warfel pretty much double teamed wherever she goes. Hupper has it high post. Now to the corner for Morrison. Now to Baldwin. Now to Morrison in the post as her reverse layup is no good. Rebounded by Sunsini. Now Smith has it. As Smith has it. Gives it to Sunsini and out of Silcox. Stolen by Ada Hupper, her 5th steal of the night, I believe. As in the post, as a blocking foul is called on Madison Sunsini, her 3rd, team 2nd. And the basket will count for Hupper. She now has 9 and will go to the line for one more.
Ada Hupper playing physical. She wanted that bucket and didn't care what happened after drawing the foul.
As a full timeout is called by Greenfield Central. We're going to take it with them on the Arabian Sports Network, 91-7 WEEM.
This presentation of
Welcome to the Arabian Roundup with your host, Kennedy Quinn and Bella Myers. The Arabian Roundup is here every Tuesday through Friday from 5 to 7 a.m. The show rounds up your morning thoughts as they discuss the craziest of topics. From dad jokes to the latest Taylor Swift songs, the Arabian Roundup is here to perk up your mornings here on 91.7 WEEM.
Back to Lady Arabian basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome back here to Joe Buck Court at Pendleton Heights High School, 91.7 WEEM. You're just joining us alongside Zion Palmieri. I am Michael Hooker. The Lady Arabians lead 36-15 over the Greenfield Central Lady Cougars with 3:06 left here in the third quarter. Casey Warfel has 15 and is inching her way closer and closer to that 1,000-point goal, just 4 points away from scoring her 1,000th point. As out of the timeout, Ada Hupper will be at the line for one, as she was fouled off of a layup that she did make. She's missed one earlier, but makes this one as she now has 10. As Smith now working on Baldwin. Picks up her dribble, finds Brown, high post. Stolen by Skylar Baldwin. Gives it to Jones, who gives it to Warfel. Warfel working fast. In the post, the layup, no good. Rebound Hupper. Hupper puts it back up and in for two. 39-15 with 2:40 and counting here in the third. McConnell gives it to Brown in the post, as that one will deflect off of her hands and will go out of bounds to the Lady Arabians.
Great defense from the Arabians right there. Even in transition, staying on them, caused turnover from Greenfield Lady Cougars.
Skylar Baldwin now. She will bring the ball up the court. This is only her third game of action this season. Has thought about a three, gives it to Warfel on the other wing instead. Now to Roberts. Gets a screen from Warfel. Finds Jones in the post. Takes a shot over Sunsini. No good. Skylar Baldwin, the shortest girl on the court, comes up with it. As she comes up with the miss from Hupper. Trying to pass it to Hupper, but just goes through her hands and will be out of bounds. Last touch by Hupper and will be Greenfield Central ball.
Can hear you laughing. Skylar doesn't have the height, but she's coming down with them.
Yeah. As McConnell now working on Olivia Jones in the backcourt, getting a single man press. As now Heron has it, defended by Roberts. stolen by Warfel. The pass from Smith to Brown as Casey Warfel on the fast break. That shot no good. Rebound by Sunsini. As a foul is called, as that will go on Casey, her third, team's third. As that's one of the things Casey struggles with sometimes, gets in a foul trouble in the later point of the game. As Sunsini to pass the ball in. Trying to find Smith, tipped out by Baldwin, but will stay with the Lady Cougars. Coach Rogers calling a press.
Skylar Baldwin showing the hustle there from this Arabian team, even when winning by a margin.
Having trust in Olivia Jones, steals it from Brown, the layup. It's good for Olivia Jones. She has 6 now, 41-15, gets another steal. Finds Warfel, takes the mid-range jumper, rings in and out, rebound by Brown. As Sunsini has it now. She'll bring the ball up. Picks up her dribble. Hupford guarding her closely. Gives it to Smith. Closely defended by Baldwin. Now McConnell has it. Also defended by Baldwin. She'll drive. Finds Smith in the corner. She'll drive now. Travel violation called on Smith as Mamie Trout will come in for Skylar Baldwin. And Michaela Morrison will also check in for Ada Hupfer with 1 minute, 1 second left here in the third quarter. You're up 41-15 if you're the Lady Arabians, and you're still trying to tack on a lead because you know Greenfield Central can come back at any moment.
What a turn of events for Pendleton.
Trout has it, corner. Finds Jones, top of the key, now to Roberts, low wing on the left side. Trying to cross court it to Trout. The ball bounces off of Sunsini's head, but she recovers it, gives it to Brown, now gives it to Heron. Over to McConnell on the wing, takes a deep three. McConnell's three, no good. As a foul is called. As the foul will go on Michaela Morrison, her third, team's fourth. As they will say Sunsini was in the act of shooting, so she will go to the line for 2. Is 100% so far in the year. Has only taken 2 free throws, I might add. As her first one is good, as she now has 9. She's the second leading scorer on the team. As Aubrey Warfel will check in for Olivia Jones.
Maybe Casey will break the 1,000 points while her sister's on the court.
28 seconds flat on the clock. Emma Nelson will check in for Cheney Brown. As Madison Sunsini awaiting her second one, 41-16. That one also falls as she now has 10. Emma Roberts crosses the midcourt line. Now 20 seconds in the third quarter remaining. She's just going to dribble out the clock till we get to 15 seconds now. Now back to Roberts from Warfel. Back to Aubrey Warfel. Warfel finds her sister in the high post. Takes the mid-range jumper. It's good. Casey Warfel has 17. 2 points away from the 1,000-point mark with 1 second. Sunsini chucks up the full-court shot, but it will be no good as that will end the quarter. 43-17 is your score after 3. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, fourth quarter action for Pendleton Heights Lady Ravens basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
In high school sports,
some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
On the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome back to Joe Buck Court here at Pendleton Heights High School on 91.7 WEEM. As the Greenfield Central Lady Cougars will start with the basketball coming out of the break, just a few moments away from starting the fourth quarter here. McConnell will pass it in to Sunsini, top of the key. Defended by Morrison, stolen by Warfel. Morrison gives it back to Casey Warfel. Casey Warfel loses the ball. Fight for it on the ground as a jump ball is called. As it'll be Cougars basketball.
Arabians don't like that call.
As Cheney Brown will come in for Addie Heron. As some sweat on the court. As correction, possession will go to the Arabians since Greenfield started with the ball coming out of the quarter break. As 43-17, 7:51 left here in the game. Roberts finds Warfel, low wing. Now up to her sister Aubrey. Now to Roberts, low right wing. Cross court to Casey Warfel. Takes the three, 4,000 points. Breaks it as she now has 20 points as she breaks the 1,000-point mark. As the referees are stopping the game as Casey Warfel has 1,001 points now on her high school career as four select gentlemen in the student section. That's Jacob Rowley, Joe Estes, Jordan Williamson, and Cade Brown holding up the 1,000-point signs as we have the basketball that Casey scored her 1,000 points with.
What a way to do it with the deep three in that.
Yeah, I mean, she hits her 20-point mark. Not only that, hits it off of a three with her sister on the court, which is a big accomplishment. And in a quick fashion, too, her junior year of high school in the fifth game of the season.
Wonder how big of a distraction that's been this week.
Maybe. But Connell right quickly back to the action, has on the other end. Finds Brown in the post. Sunsini gets it, goes up. As will be fouled, I believe, by Michaela Morrison. Yep, that'll be her fourth. Team's fifth. Michaela Morrison one foul away from fouling out of the game. As Madison Sunsini will be back at the line. She has 10 so far tonight. Her first free throw is good. She now has 11. Score so far 46-18 here in the fourth quarter. Sunsini's second free throw is also good. She has 12. As Emma Roberts will bring the ball up for the Pendleton Heights Lady Arabians. As Roberts has it on the wing. Gives it to Aubrey Warfel. Looking for her sister. Finds it. Finds Casey. Casey now has it on the wing. Gets a screen from her sister Aubrey. Looking to drive. Gives it to her sister on the wing. Picks up her dribble. Finds Emma Roberts on the wing. Cross court to Aubrey Warfel. Fakes the three. Steps back. Takes the three. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Emma Roberts. Orchestrating this offense from the point guard position. Emma Roberts scanning the floor, finds Trout on the wing. Trout with it, double teamed by Nelson and Brown. Two very tall players for Greenfield Central. Brown comes up with the steal, finds McConnell. Back to Brown, wing three, Cheney Brown. Airballs the three. Rebounded by Aubrey Warfel, the younger of the two Warfel sisters. Finds Trout, corner. A shield drive, loses it. As Brown has it, I believe it was tipped by Heron. as Michaela Morrison nearly steals it.
Arabians can't catch a break here. Greenfield Central Lady Cougars playing some great defense. They're usually double teaming the player with the ball, and is working tremendously in this drive.
As Michaela Morrison and Aubrey Warfel will take a seat for Ada Hupper and Olivia Jones. As Roberts fighting for that steal with Addie Heron, but Heron comes away with it off the inbound. As now Chaney Brown has it in the post, stolen away by Roberts. Emma Roberts with it, slowing down the offense, finds Trout wide open for three. Can't get it to fall, rebounded by McConnell. As McConnell will be double teamed by Roberts and Warfel, as it'll be tipped by Roberts. Stay with the Lady Cougars. Jalen Smith will come in for Brooklyn McConnell.
Very active Arabian crowd here. I'm sure you can hear it. Very loud.
46-19, 5:35 and counting left here in the game. Chaney Brown has it. Makes a move, drives in. As a foul is going to go on Casey Warfel for her fourth, team's sixth. As Chaney Brown will go to the line for two. Chaney Brown makes that one, takes her total on the night to 6 points. Her second free throw is also good. She has 7. Second leading scorer for the Lady Cougars tonight behind Madison Sunsini, which is interesting because Sunsini is the second leading scorer for the team in points per game. And Brown's the leading scorer as Hupper gets a layup on the other end as she now has 14.
Cougars down big, still playing fast.
5:05 and counting, stolen by Casey Warfel. A fast break by Warfel. Stop and pop, it's good for Casey Warfel.
The stop and go worked well there, and there's one person you don't want to face on this Lady Arabians team in a fast break. It is Casey.
Full timeout taken by the Lady Cougars. We're going to take it with them. 50-21, 4:59 left in the game. You're listening to the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
91.7 WEEM delivers the best variety of songs, news, and is student-run. We produce imaging pieces, live broadcasts, content, podcasts, and more. Our students work hard every day to improve our station. You can support our station by following us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Be sure to also tune into the radio, 91.7 WEEM, on air, online, and on demand.
Sports Network 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome back here to Joe Buck Court at Pendleton Heights High School for the finish the fourth quarter of this game where Casey Warfel has scored 1,000 points in her high school career. 50-21, Lady Ravens lead the Greenfield Central Lady Cougars. The Lady Cougars trying to go with some height, bringing in Julian Jones, having Sunsini and Nelson on the court as well, with Smith and Heron on the court. 4:57 and counting left in the game. You're trying to make a comeback as it's stolen by Trout. And she'll slow it down, finds Roberts into the corner for Jones. Fakes the three. Nearly stolen by Jones as Casey Warfel's shot is no good. Rebounded by Hupfer. Stolen away by Heron. As that ball will tip off of Sunsini's hands. Nice touch by her and will be Lady Ravens basketball as Casey Warfel and Ada Hupper will take a break. As for Perry and Aubrey Warfel, as Chloe Jones will come in now for Olivia Jones.
A lot of uncharacteristic play here by both teams. Seeing a lot of bad passes, which, I mean, at least out of the Lady Arabians, you don't see too often.
As Emma Roberts will bring the ball up. She's on the left wing, just trying to chew out some time here. Finds Warfel on the other side. Back to Roberts. Back over to Aubrey Warfel. Now into the corner for Chloe Jones. Now to the other corner for Trout. Back to Roberts. Takes a deep three. It's good for Emma Roberts. Emma Roberts now has 3 points on the night. 53-21 with 3:55 and counting here in the fourth. As Nelson has it. Defended by Aubrey Warfel. Gets it to Smith. Now in the post for Sunsini. Her layup is good. Madison Sunsini has 14. Emma Roberts has it. Now Aubrey Warfel has it. Nearly stolen by Julian Jones. Aubrey Warfel will drive as a foul is called.
Good steal there by Aubrey Warfel. Plant really physical, fought, knocked that ball out.
As that foul will go on Emma Nelson, her first, team's third of the half. As Aubrey Warfel will go to the line for two. Has no points so far in the game. Is averaging 1.5 points on the season. As that first one will fall for her. As what's very interesting about her is her sister just broke 1,000 points earlier in this game, and she was on the court for it.
Yeah, that's got to be a memory for both of them.
Well, last year, Casey was on the court for Whitney breaking 1,000 points. As the second one by Aubrey is also good. 55-23 is your score. Lady Ravens lead. 3:15 and counting here in the fourth quarter. As Sunsini drives, as that one's good, as she now has 16. As the student section is chanting the "Start the Buses" chant, as a foul is called, a blocking foul. That one will go on Jillian Jones, her first, team's fourth. Substitution, Skylar Baldwin for Emma Roberts. 2:55 now for the fourth quarter. 55-25, Lady Ravens lead. Warfel gives it back to Trout off the inbounds. Trout double teamed. Another foul is called, as I believe that one will also go on Jillian Jones. Her second, team's fifth.
Trout can't catch a break there. Double teamed.
Maybe Trout to inbound. Gives it to Aubrey Warfel. Should be double teamed by Heron and Jones. Nearly stolen. Corner for Trout. Working on Brown. Drives. Blocked by Sunsini. Sunsini picks up her dribble. Nearly stolen by Aubrey Warfel. Now Smith has it. Now Brown has it. Back to Smith. Takes a three. No good. Rebounded by Jones. Nearly stolen, but recovered by Heron. Now Smith has it once again. Back to Brown. Defended by Baldwin. Tipped out by Mamie Trout, as it will stay with the Greenfield Central Lady Cougars. As Skylar Baldwin, definitely the defensive leader on the court right now for the Lady Arabians.
Skylar Baldwin's been having a pretty good game. They might not show it in the stats, but she's just watching this game. She's a big part of it.
As Skylar Baldwin once again comes down with a board. Smallest girl on the court. You don't expect that from her, but she will go up and get it. Trout has it on the wing on the three-point arc. Back to Aubrey Warfel now. Chloe Jones stolen away by Heron, as Jillian Jones was swarmed by Aubrey Warfel and Chloe Jones. It's Kaylin Smith defended by Aubrey Warfel. Now he gives it to Heron, as now Jones has it. Now into the post for Sunsini. Back out. Heron. Three. No good. Rebound Jones. As foul will go on Skylar Baldwin, her first, team's seventh. And Jones was in the act of shooting, so she will go to the line for two. As Jillian Jones, 86% from the free throw line on the season.
Student section is screaming. You heard the "Start the Buses" chant before. I mean, Pendleton's excited. They got a good team this year, and I mean, this game just keeps proving it.
Jillian Jones' first free throw was good, as Cheney Brown, Jalen Smith, and Addie Heron will take a seat for McConnell, Nelson, and Silcox. Couldn't think of the name there. Minute 20 left here in the fourth quarter. There's a steal by Silcox. Gives it to Emma Nelson. Now to McConnell on the right wing. Defended by Aubrey Warple. Now over to Silcox on the left wing. Oh, nearly stolen by Skylar Baldwin. Foul is called. Her second, team's 8th. Checking in is Kinsey Hasty for Madison Sunsini.
Both teams' defenses are just really cutthroat and ruthless, and they're just not allowing any points.
A minute left in the game now, as the referee will call as Fisher will check in for Skylar Baldwin. Skylar Baldwin took a hit to the head, but she looks to be okay, which is good.
You could tell Skylar motioned that she's fine and wants to go back in, but Rogers decides to sit her down for a little bit.
Jillian Jones will go down awkwardly as there's a little over 55 seconds, 56.8 seconds left here on the clock here in the fourth quarter. 55-26 is the score right now. You can pretty much say this game's over.
Yeah, I don't want to say that, but you kind of can. You know, Lady Cougars came in here trying to, Pendleton Heights knocked them off last year in the first round of sectionals. Came in here trying to win in Lady Arabian territory, and it just couldn't happen tonight. I think they failed to score first, get an early lead. Casey Werfel, if my numbers are correct, she has 20. It's just not adding up for them right now.
Yeah, and at the start of this game, it was looking like it was going to be a lower scoring game for both teams, really, and a close game. But the Lady Arabians found their groove, and it just kind of rolled with it.
Yeah, coming into the second half here, it was pretty low scoring, but the Arabians have just started to heat up. Casey Warfel, Ada Hupfer, haven't seen her on the court in a minute, but, just crucial rebounds and stuff. Something to mention, though, kind of uncharacteristic is the fouls. Michaela Morrison has 4, Casey Warfel has 4, Skylar Baldwin was her 2 were pretty recent. Just uncharacteristic.
As Jillian Jones will get up, as you hear clapping for her. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, more fourth quarter action at the closing of the game here on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
And Wellness, LLC.
Back to Lady Arabian basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome back here to Joe Buck Court to finish out the fourth quarter, as we are now 35 seconds away from the closing of this game, as Kaylin Moss is in now, as Silcox stolen away by Perry and Aubrey Warfel. Grace Fisher has it. She's defended closely by McConnell, as they will call a foul on Brooklyn McConnell, her second, team's 6th. And 18.6 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And Aubrey Warfel will pretty much try to dribble out the quarter here, as we have just now closed in under 10 seconds, now at 5 seconds, as The buzzer about to sound as that will do it for the game. Your final score, 55-26. Lady Arabians win over the Lady Cougars. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, post-game show, me and Zion will sit down and break down the game here on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
91.7 W.